Hello fight fans, Mr. Rickster here with another talk video from outside the corner of fans' perspective. Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin. Only a few days away now for AJ versus Franklin. Joshua looks in good shape physically and mentally. He said in an interview that he has had a good camp, and David James has pushed him hard. It has been torture at times, but that is what I needed, to be honest. I feel great. David James also had a lot of compliments to say about Joshua. He said that it's been eye-opening watching Anthony Joshua's talent and ability, how he soaks up things, and his interest for the sport, and his ability to drive himself so hard. He is really dedicated to his training. He mentioned that he had AJ training for 15 minutes non-stop, and he got through it well in the ring, and his attitude was great, so clearly they have had a lot of respect for each other. Joshua spoke about Franklin possesses certain weaknesses which hopefully I can exploit them. It's been difficult over the last few fights because they have been difficult to catch and pin down, but hopefully I'll be able to exploit weaknesses and show some of my old self. It's hard to get in the ring and knock someone out. There's a process. You have to break them down and try to put into practice what you have learned in the gym. Now I know Joshua has stripped everything back and gone back to when he was in contention, just when he was a contender, because that's where he is now. He is no longer the champion of the world. He is back where he was 10-12 fights ago, with no pressure, just a hungry fighter. The same goes for Jermaine Franklin. He has come from holding down a job while trying to become a contender. He has had his lucky break against Dillian White, where in some people's view he won the fight, but the judges gave White the decision. But that is irrelevant because he gave a good account of himself. His stock rose, and within a few months he finds himself in a fight with Anthony Joshua. So it's like winning the lottery. He can give up his day job now and train full time, really focus on his boxing. And this is evident because he looks in good shape. He has lost weight, gained a six-pack, and he said he is going to knock Joshua on his ass. I do believe when boxers get to fight Anthony Joshua, they train a lot harder because it's AJ. Commercially, if they win, they are catapulted to another level. Just look at Andy Ruiz's popularity before and then after his victory over Joshua. So that's where they get the extra incentive to try as hard as possible to get the victory. For AJ, it's the opposite, because if he loses, he's a bum. But if he wins, Franklin is the bum. He was too easy. So in a way, he is damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Sometimes people's expectations of Joshua are too high. Me personally, I think Franklin is a good fighter, and if it goes the full distance, fair play to Franklin. If Joshua gets the knockout, then good on AJ, and vice versa. This is heavyweight boxing, anything can happen. Either way, should be a good fight. I can't wait. Really looking forward to it. What we all have to ask ourselves is boxing better with Anthony Joshua in it or out of it? I think we all know the answer to that one, don't we? I also want to quickly just touch on the fact that Franklin is sort of a similar fighter and a similar size to what Andy Ruiz it was. And now people are saying, oh, it could be a slippery slope. We all know what happened with Andy Ruiz in the first fight, but not enough people are talking about the fact that Joshua's just gone 24 rounds with one of the best cruiserweights and a really good heavyweight in Alexander Usyk, who, let's face it, his boxing IQ and his boxing ability is up there. No one you could probably in comparison, really. So people need to remember that, that Joshua's just gone 24 rounds. He's going to have learnt a lot from that. And it is going to be a lot that he's going to take into the fight with Franklin. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Catch you on the next one when I'll be ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving. Catch you later. Ciao for now.